theorem, and we're going to make sure we put a number 3 up there. This is using our Pythagorean theorem. And what we're going to do with these is solve for legs, which are A or the B. Solve for the legs. Not the hypotenuse this time, but the legs. Okay? So there's 3 very easy steps that we're going to be able to use to solve these problems. And when we do these 3 easy steps, we'll be able to get these. So here's our first step that we're going to use. Step number 1. Same thing. We're going to label our sides A, B, and C. Okay, we're going to label our triangle A, B, and C. And if you get confused, if you don't know what to label A, B, and C, if you remember, the A and B are your legs, the C is your hypotenuse. If you get confused, I can always flip it back over to the front of my page and I can see everyone's got this. Leg A, leg B, and straight across from the right angle is the C, my hypotenuse, which is my longest side. So I've got this illustration here that's going to help me see and help me be able to figure out how to label. The second thing is what we need to do is this. We're going to write down our A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Then we're going to fill in the info. Okay? So that's basically what we're going to do. Number 3. We're going to use my start, change, finish to solve the equation. And then we're done. Number 4, actually before we're done, is use the square root of answer. Okay, we're going to take the square root to get our answer. So it's just 4 easy steps to finally get our information. And you guys did a great job yesterday doing these. They're going to do another great job again doing these same things again and solving these problems. Okay? So what we're going to do after you get these written in, we're going to now use this worksheet that we're going to work on. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue this one or tape this one right into this piece of paper. Now then again, I know that some of it is too big for it to fit in. Yours is going to be cut to size so that you're going to be able to use. So here's our worksheet that we're going to have. And it's okay if it hangs down off the side that you've got. As you can see, mine's going to hang down off the end here when I glue mine in or tape mine in because I write so big. So it's okay. As long as we have it here, it's okay because it's going to be glued in and we're going to be okay if it hangs off the side. So these are going to be our examples that we're going to use to solve for these. And this is where it comes in by using my colored pencils. Are going to come in handy for me to use these. Okay? So let's just go ahead and let's do step number 1. And it says label our sides A, B, and C. So if you remember, this right here is always going to be the A. This is the B, and going across from the box is going to be the C. There's the hypotenuse, the very longest side. And when I look at these, I see that I've got an A, which is 30. I've got a C, which is 50. It looks like we're trying to solve for the B. So I'm going to write down my formula here and fill it in. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Alright? Now this is where it comes in with my colored pencils, just to kind of help me keep things straight. Okay? I'm going to take the blue here and I'm going to color in that 30 for blue because I know that he's A and he's going to go into here. I'm going to take my other color, which is green, which I'm going to color into 50. I know he's a C, so he's going to go into this spot. It looks like that I'm going to solve for the letter B in this case. Okay? So I've color-coded my area here. I know that my blue 30 is going into my blue A, so it's going to be 30 squared plus b squared equals my green c, which is going to be 50 squared. Okay, so I've color coded them in. I've done step number step number 2. Now I just need to do step number 3, but before I can do that, I got to square these. So I'm going to use my calculator here and square them. So on my calculator here, I'm going to square them. So I've got 30 squared is 900, and then 50 squared is 2,500. So I can write those in. So it's 900 plus b squared equals 2,500. Now if you get easier to pass that, you can skip this step if you can remember to write it down like this. Now I can just use my start, change, and finish. My start is 900. B squared is my change. 250 is my finish. 2,500 is my finish. And I know that this is going to be a plus. So now it's just simply I need to move him over by doing the opposite, which is minus 900. So 2,500 minus 900, I can put that in my calculator. Gives me 1,600 or 1,600. That's what b squared equals. Now I need to do the last step and take the square root. Step number 4. Take the square root of this number right here. Okay? I'm going to take the square root of 1,600. And to do that, I'm going to show you again. Second, x squared button right here gives me the square root. 1,600. Enter. My answer for b is going to be 40. That's my answer right there. So I know my answer is going to be 40. And I'm done with that problem. And that's as simple as it gets. Okay? So follow your steps, color code, and you'll be able to get it. Okay? If I do number 2, I'm going to follow the same path. I'm going to label them A, B, C. And I'm going to write down my formula. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Then I'm going to take my 2 colored pencils and I'm going to color it in. I'm going to use blue again for this A. And I know he goes into here. So that blue 33 goes into that blue A. And I know that my 65, it's C, goes into here. And it looks like I'm solving again for B. So I'm just going to write those in. Blue 33 goes in here. 33 squared plus b squared equals, there's my green 65. 65 squared. Now, I'm going to use my calculator and just simply put it in. So here we go. 33 squared. 1,089 plus b squared equals 65 squared is 4,225. Now I can be able to use my start, change, and finish. And my start here is 1,089. My change is b squared. My finish is 4,225. And this is a plus. I'm going to do the opposite here by subtracting. And I can put that right there in my calculator now. Subtract that from 1,089. I get 3,136. Well, I know b squared is equal to 3,136. And I'm going to take the square root now of this number. So I'm going to take the square root of that, 3,136. Take the square root, second, square, 3,136. I'm going to get the answer to be 56 for my answer, and it works out. Oh, you can't see it. There it is. Okay? Very simple. Very easy to do. Follow your steps. Okay? I'm going to do one more with you, and then we're going to go onto your iExcel for you to work on. I'm going to show you one on there, how I want it on your paper. This right here is your triangle again. Just label them. A, B, C. Write down your equation. A squared, B squared equals C squared. Color pencil time again. I'm going to color this 12. And he's B, so he goes with this right here. And then this green C goes in here. Okay? Now I just going to fill in what I know. It looks like I'm going to solve for the A in this case. So I know A is just nothing. I don't know what it is, so he just becomes A squared plus, it looks like I'm solving, I know what the B is. The B is 12 squared. And the C here in this case is 13 squared. Now, I just need to square these things, so I know that A squared plus 12 squared, when I put that in, is 12 times 12, which is 144. And then 13 squared, which is 13 times 13, is 169. And now I'm ready to do my start, change, and finish, my third step. Because I've done my second step, wrote down the equation, filled in my info. Now I'm ready to do my start, change, and finish. I'm going to scoot him over here. Start, change, finish. My start is going to be 144, and he's a plus. There's a plus sign. My change is A squared. My finish is 169. I'm going to bring him over here by subtracting 144. That's going to give me 525 equals A squared. So I'm done with my start, change, and finish, but I'm not done with my answer because I need to take the square root of it. So I need to take the square root of 25, which gives me 5. So 5 is my answer. I've taken the square root of that and I've gotten 5 for my answer. Okay? So that is your 3 examples that you need to use to help you solve for your iExcel.